The backstitch is your new best friend for creating strong and lasting seams. Perfect for beginners and ideal for high-stress areas on your projects, the backstitch will become your go-to stitch for mending clothes, constructing garments, and anything in between. Step 1. Start by threading your needle with a suitable thread and remember to knot the end, making sure to leave a short tail of thread after the knot. This prevents the knot from coming undone. The type of thread you use will depend on the project you're working on. For example, if you're sewing a delicate fabric, you'll want to use a fine thread. If you're sewing a heavier fabric, you'll want to use a thicker thread. Step 2. Prepare your fabric for sewing. You can use sewing pins to temporarily keep two pieces of fabric together while stitching them. You can also mark your fabric with a pencil or tailor's sewing chalk, or draw a guideline with them for sewing the thread. Step 3. If stitching two pieces of fabric together, start the stitch in between the two layers of fabric. This will neatly hide the knot in between the pieces of fabric after sewing. Then, bring the needle up through the fabric from the backside, where you want to begin your stitch. Make sure to leave a long tail of thread at the end of the needle so that you can secure the stitch later. Next, you want to anchor or secure the thread onto the fabric before you continue stitching. This will prevent the thread from unraveling. To do this, take the needle back down through both pieces of fabric, close to where you came up, and pull it through the other side. Then, take the needle back through the fabric again, close to where you came out. Once done, the thread will be anchored to the fabric. Step 4. Now, take a small stitch backward and bring the needle back down through the fabric. Step 5. Take the needle forward and up through the fabric, a short distance ahead of the first stitch. Tip: you can use the thread tail as a guide for even spacing between each stitch. Step 6. Then, do a backward stitch by bringing the needle back down through the fabric, inserting it right at the end of the first stitch. Step 7. Continue the process by taking a small stitch backward, always inserting the needle right at the end of the previous stitch. Step 8. Repeat the sequence, alternating between a backward stitch and a forward stitch, maintaining even spacing between each stitch. As you progress, you'll notice the neat and strong line of stitches forming along the fabric. Step 9. To secure the stitch, create a small backstitch or make a knot at the end of your stitching line. To do this, take the needle through the fabric, close to your last stitch, and pull it through to the other side. Then, take a small stitch at the top layer of the fabric, avoid going through to the other side, and slowly pull the needle through until you see a small loop at the end of the thread. Do not pull the thread all the way through. Gently take the needle through the small loop, and pull some of the thread through. Take the needle through the loop again, and pull the thread all the way through until the knot is secure. Finally, run the needle behind a couple of the stitches, in between the two layers of fabric, and pull it out at the end of the second stitch. Once done, you can cut the thread as close to the fabric as possible. This will leave a neatly hidden small tail at the end of the knot, to prevent it from becoming undone. Practice the backstitch on different fabrics and experiment with different thread thicknesses to achieve the desired strength and appearance. The backstitch is a versatile stitch that can be used on a variety of fabrics and projects. Experiment with different thread thicknesses to find the one that gives you the best results. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to support this channel.